Good morning, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you some prediction readings for the 21st of October. Before we get started guys, I've got a little bit of admin. Welcome also anybody new to my channel. I've got a lot of new viewers, which is really wonderful. Please hit those like buttons guys, you know that helps me a lot, and please feel free to comment down below. I know sometimes YouTube takes our comments away and it can be very frustrating, but that's just part of it all, I guess, isn't it? The censorship. We know the censorship bills are going through pretty much everywhere. I posted a few videos on my Facebook page, guys, with the Australia is going through the censorship bills being passed. Nightmare. Cheers everyone, I've got a cup of tea this morning. Okay, I'm out here with the doggos, so fingers crossed things go to plan. We never know, do we guys? All right, firstly, admin. Italy's flooded now. I know in Florida you just had that Helena and Milton hurricane, absolutely horrific. Now Italy is suffering severe floods. We said there was going to be a lot more rain and water, and looks like that is definitely happening. The other day also, I just wanted to mention there was a bomb threat from New Zealand, a New Zealand flight coming into Australia. It had to sit on the tarmac for like an hour. I'm not sure what the go is. We're still sort of finding that out. But of course, turn you off flying again, terrorist threats, we know how it goes. Anything to turn you off moving around. Watch your space, guys. We'll hear more about that. The other thing was the other day on TV, a concept video popped up. They were talking about it on Sky News about China. Yes, Panda. The self-driving cars. They've got this wonderful concept video of people conducting a business meeting in the self-driving car. They don't even have to think, they can have their business meeting as they're driving along. Not sure how keen a lot of us will be on the self-driving cars, because we know they could sort of drive you anywhere they want you to go. We know AI can do these things now, so that's the latest. You'll probably see it now that I've talked about it, the concept video on the self-driving cars. Of course, Panda's the first one to bring all that out. Now the other thing I wanted to mention, guys, which we have to talk about, I did say I was going to watch that 60 Minutes with Boris Johnson. Well, that was an interesting interview. It was actually with Tara Brown on 60 Minutes. And he was talking, of course, about his wonderful book, Unleashed. I'm sure it's a wonderful read, guys, if you want to go out, rush out and purchase it. And in his book, he talks about, yes, it was such a strange interview. He talks about how he's incurably modest. Yes, he's very modest. Boris is very modest. He feels he was a little bit complacent about his Prime Minister position. He should have taken it probably a bit more seriously, I guess is what he means. But he said when he was mayor, he had no backbenchers or people against him or dissent. He didn't even have to deal with dissent, which he had to deal with during the pandemic, and he wasn't used to that. Oh. And he's so happy about how he led the UK. He said his greatest achievement was rolling out the jabs the earliest worldwide. He must have been right on it, had his finger on the pulse. He must have got his delivery of jabs very early, because he's so proud of, you know, getting in early and really getting control of this very, as we know, scary pandemic/plandemic. And then he also went on to say how one of you were talking about the Netherlands, how he was going to go after the Netherlands because they apparently stole your jabs in the UK. He said he was going to make it a Pink Panther operation, and like a Pink Panther burglary, and take his jabs back. But he mustn't have... Oh, God, it's exhausting to listen to him talk, I tell you. But he didn't get around to it. But he was blaming the Netherlands for stealing your jabs. What the hell, guys? I can't believe 4 years on we're still talking about this stuff. And he said, when you're faced with such a serious pandemic, you protect your people, protect the people of your country. That's what he said. And he also said he takes the accolades for the AUKUS deal between Australia, UK and the USA. That was all his idea, apparently. A lot of things were his idea. I think Brexit was his idea too, wasn't it, guys? And she asked, Tara asked, was he the bloke who broke Britain? Can you imagine his reply? And he said that the UK needs to be more tough and relevant, meaning around this AUKUS deal as well. So he was virtually keeping you all on the map. But basically, he talked then about his book again, and he quoted, the heart of the story really is about national independence and being very independent as a country, and how he led UK to being that very independent country. And of course, Tara had to touch on, how could we not? I didn't even think it would come up, the Partygate scandal, where he was a bit of a hypocrite, a liar, and he had a lot of staff parties during the lockdowns. And he said he is sorry for that. He should have made better decisions. But he actually said that it was a very hard time, and that's how they kind of got through all the stress of it. Oh yeah, by having a party. Apparently there were hundreds of people at these parties. But I personally, just my opinion, I don't think he's really sorry about it. Do you guys? I'm sure in the UK you don't think he is. I think he's sorry he got caught. That's just my opinion, guys. Oh, and then he also took accolades for, he tried to restore peace between Harry and the royal Kardashians. He tried really hard, but he didn't really succeed. And then I think he called it Megxit. He couldn't stop Megxit, apparently. And the other thing they touched on at the end was he stated, and they showed a death certificate of the Queen. Who knows if it's true or not. And he said, on the certificate it says she died of old age. Spoiler alert. Apparently he's saying that she didn't. He was very close to the Queen. Sorry guys, still spring. He said that she died of, yes, have a guess. You guessed it, cancer. So apparently she died of cancer, and she didn't want people to know she hid it in her last 10 months or whatever of her life. Honestly, like, of course it would be cancer, wouldn't it? What's the big secret about that? Like, why would you want on your death certificate died of old age if you died of cancer? Bit coincidental that everyone in the royal Kardashians has had cancer, but anyway. Okay, moving on from Boris. I think we've had enough of Boris for one morning. We've got smart glasses being released in Oz, you know, with their little microphones and cameras and that worst thing ever out. Virtually might as well call them spy glasses. They're trying to control it and put rules and regulations, so they don't want them in the schools. They don't want the kids getting their hands on these things. Sprocket's heading this way, just be warned, guys. Over here. Over here. Come on, Sprock. It's okay. Ooh. So none in the schools. I don't think they should have them anywhere, personally. Can you imagine at the beach and that, all the creepos and things that would be just loving taking like photos? And anyway, just my opinion, of course, but we know anything with the word smart does kind of ring alarm bells on this channel, doesn't it, guys? Tracking, tracing, controlling does tend to come to mind when we hear that word. Oh, and how could I forget? Chucky and Camilla are here down under. They have arrived. They're over their jet lag. They're meeting and greeting with all the people, and all the royal fans have come out. People absolutely love the royals, don't they? So apparently they're in Sydney, and now they're in Canberra today, which is like an hour from me. I know I should travel down, but I kind of got a busy schedule today, so I might have to give it a miss. So they're going very well. I'm sure people are asking him how his cancer treatment's going and what's been happening. I doubt anyone's asking him about Harry and Meghan. So the trip's going very, very well. Thank you, guys. I'm sure you're getting updated over there in the UK. Now, the other thing I just wanted to mention, guys, because I know a lot of you guys love music here, and I was telling you about the new Coldplay album the other day called Moon Magic. I've been listening to it, and there's a couple of songs on there that I think you might find interesting. One's called I Am a Mountain. I Am a Mountain. Go listen to the words of that song, because we always talk about us being on the top of this mountain. I show you that book of mine, The Mountain. I thought it was interesting. It's saying like we've not been perfect along the way either. But I am a mountain. It's like overcoming hurdles in your life. And there's another song on there called One World as well. And when he talks about this one world, he talks about the love frequency, like vibration of it. It's interesting. Just go listen to the music. Maybe Chris Martin's very awake, guys. Just saying. Did you see Kamala Harris now? Like I said, with all the musos and that. Why are musos getting involved in politics? I do not understand it. It actually looked like she had Stevie Wonder playing on. It might not have been. I could be mistaken, but it did look like him as well. So I don't know why they're bringing all these musical people to support their... I mean, that's fine. The musos have their right to their opinion, but I don't think it belongs on the political stage. It tends to divide people, if anything, doesn't it? I don't know. Good luck over there. I think there's only a couple of weeks till you're voting. Well, a lot of people have already voted in America, but God, I can't wait to see the outcome, guys. I am getting Trump triumphant. Oh, wouldn't that be good? Fingers. You need a bit of change over there, and the first thing to do is shut the Mexican border gate. That's what I would be doing. If I was all you Americans, I'd be over there just shutting the gate myself. Let's all get over to that gate and shut it. Oh, sorry, guys, went down the wrong tube. All right, how about I close my eyes, guys? We get started and we'll see what comes up. And the guides are saying this is for you guys watching my channel. And if you're here on this channel and you're new, that means you're awake. You've already gone through your awakening process where you're seeing the world through a very different lens. We call it the crystal glasses here because you're seeing everything with quite good clarity. We have to keep looking for the silver lining. The silver lining. And I'm getting that song by Sherbet, the Australian band with Daryl Braithwaite in it, Silvery Moon. Silvery moon, make it be soon. I'm counting on you, silvery moon. I'm just getting that song. Look it up if you haven't heard it. It's a great little song from the 80s. I'm just getting that. Keep looking for the silver lining. There's always a silver lining. We've got to just keep the hope and the trust and keep flowing and just keep knowing. Keep knowing that things are changing, things are shifting, people are awakening, because they are. All right. I'm getting Europe. I'm still seeing the waves of awakening across Europe. I keep getting this gentle waves of awakening across Europe, but the waves are actually crashing onto the government now. I feel like the government in Europe's in turmoil. They're having to change things up because people are awake up. People are standing up. They're waking up. And it's forcing the government's hand. That's what I'm getting in Europe. The government's being forced to change tactics because the tactics they're using aren't being received very well. People aren't receptive to the idiotness and the nonsense and the garbage that they're currently feeding everybody. People don't want it. Basically, people don't want their new big agenda that they're rolling out. All right. Gosh, I'm getting for us guys not to leave any stone unturned. This isn't literally, it's just in our minds. Don't leave any stone unturned. When you get an inkling that something's happening, it pretty much is something happening. So it's saying to us to keep turning over the stones, keep looking for the information, keep finding out what's going on, keep revealing things so other people see it too. It's like if there's a stone there, for example, turn it over and then other people will see it as well. Try and keep exposing these things, guys. So people, the more we spread the information, the more people find the information. So that's what I'm getting for us. Don't leave any stone unturned. We need to know what's going on. We need to keep ourselves in the loop. We need to keep ourselves educated with all the things that are coming out moving forward. It's just saying don't stagnate, because that's when, they say the rolling stone gathers no moss. If you don't sit still, it gathers moss and covers things up. So keep rolling over the stones, turning over, keep looking for information. If you get a gut feeling of something, look it up, research it, find out about it. That's how we keep ourselves in the loop of what's coming. We're pretty well, we're pretty on it. And I talk about us doing our filing cabinet, the X-file filing cabinet, where we file things away into our filing system, which, not literally, but this is in the back of our brain, like the Mulder and Scully. We talk about it all the time here. When you get information, store it. Get information, store it. And one day, it'll all come together and make sense. This is how we piece things together, guys. We get little snippets here and we hear a little bit there, and then that starts to make sense for why that's happening down the track. For example, all the banks closing down. We know that's heading to the one world digital currency and all this kind of thing, and the tracking and tracing, and everything has to be online. You can't have cash because then the banks don't make any money, and the government and all that, and they can't control us, and we know how it goes. So store this bits of information, guys. All right. I am getting people hiding from government. This isn't us if you're watching this channel. This is the people waking up. They're pulling their curtains. I'm just seeing people looking out to see what's going on, but then they're pulling their curtains. They're trying to shut out the truth again. They don't want to know about it. They don't want the government to hit them with anything more. They're trying to hide from government, meaning they don't want any more taxes. Well, that'd be happening in Canada. They'd be shutting their curtains, not literally, but trying to avoid government. I'm just getting that. They want to shut the curtains. They want it, well, and we know psychologically this is people going into their darkness, people getting their dark nights of soul, people depressed, people full of anxiety. If you think of a curtain drawing that makes a room very dark, people are going into that dark energy now. That's what I'm getting. But it's in order to kind of stay away from government too. It's like, it's got like two meanings, what I'm getting here. But this is the people waking up. They don't want to hear from their government anymore. Well, obviously no one trusts them, literally. And they're also starting to break open, because you can't kind of go through, you can't just go straight to the light. You've got to kind of go through your darkness in order to get to the light and find the light. It's that cracking open again. All right. I'm getting New Zealand, and I'm getting Chris Luxon's going to be funding the capitals. I feel like you're getting a lot of new housing projects. He's funding a lot of housing projects. We know this is a global thing. Jacinta Allen here is doing it in Victoria. Yes, Melbourne, the most locked down city in the world. They're getting these new housing projects, and people aren't happy about it. And I still feel, even in New Zealand, that this is going to be government-owned packages. They were talking about it the other night here on the news in Australia, how the government will loan you money, yes, to get your homes, but I'm thinking that you're never going to own that home. If the government's involved with it, are you? People would think they're still going to own it, but you're going to be the one maintaining and paying it off. But I'm guessing if the government's put the deposit down, etc., and lent you money, you're screwed. So I'm seeing this may be coming in New Zealand. He's going to be working on this government housing schemes where the government's going to support you. We know he's got to implement some things because he's got to keep the country propped up financially. So Chris Luxon's working on that. I feel like the housing in the main, well, the cities, it's a huge problem. I feel like he's going to be working on this government housing schemes. You might hear about this soon down the track. All right. I'm getting Tasmania here in Australia, which is the little triangle down the bottom of Australia. I'm feeling like they're feeling a little bit isolated. This could be around Indigenous land. I am getting that. The Indigenous land fightbacks might be, the Indigenous might be getting an enormous amount of land given back to them in Tasmania. There's something about, and as we know here, you cannot trust Elbow, because we know he sells off a lot of the land and works through the Aborigines so he can get the land back to give to big corporates so they can do their mining and all the things that they do to make lots of money. But I am getting that in Tasmania. They feel like they've been isolated, and they're not being looked after, the people in Tasmania. And that Elbow's selling them off. That's what I'm getting. They feel like they've been deserted in Tasmania and nobody cares. This could be long term. Sophie's in the dirt, or digging, of course. That's what I'm getting for Tasmania. A lot of Indigenous lands being given back. And quite large amounts is what I'm getting. Large areas of land. And it's infuriating the people who live there. And see, the sad thing is, like I often say here, the Indigenous really trust Elbow, and they shouldn't, because he's working his magic on how to get hold of the land in order to sell it off overseas. It's just what I'm getting. Getting China. We know that Turdo, oh yes, he's always in trouble, but of course nothing comes of it. I know you guys have been telling me he's being caught out. But remember, he's in charge, so he's going to do anything about it. No one. Poilievre is not going to do anything. He's all part of the clown show, see? They've always got to have an opposition leader that's arguing and fighting. And it's kind of mysterious, isn't it, how he never, ever gets, like, kicked out, Trudeau, and Pierre doesn't get put in. Like, we have to question these things. It's like a very good, entertaining show, isn't it, really? So I am getting that people are kind of getting sick of the show because nothing's coming out of it. No consequences for the actions. We know Trudeau wants to be the superpower with Xi Jinping and bloody Putin, and he's got himself on the big stage. Like, what are the peasants going to do about me? He's not worried at all. He's such a tyrant, isn't he? He really is. He just doesn't care. Hang on. I'm getting that the day will come when he does move on. I mean, I always talk about dictators move on, they fall on their sword, and that day will come. It's just not in the immediate future just yet. But when he moves on, he's going to live a very, very wealthy life. He already does, but he's got it all planned out. But he's still got his goals. He wants to reach the peak of his performance. So he still feels like he's got a way to go yet because he wants things out, implemented, done. We know he's moving hard with the taxes, etc., etc., the carbon tax. You guys are getting hit with everything. So I still feel like he's still on his mission and on his agenda. And his mission statement, they're saying to me, is achieve all goals. Failure is not an option. These are the kind of quotes that he has in his mind. Well, not in his mind. He's probably written them down. Things like, I am a success. I am a great leader. I will always be remembered for my strong leadership. This is the shit that he thinks in his head, guys. Sorry. I know you don't want to hear that, but I think we all know that's probably true. So you've got a little bit longer to suffer with him yet, guys. Stay positive, stay strong. He will move on eventually. He's not there for good. I know he's not very old, but he's not there for good. That's just what I'm getting for Trudeau in China. Hang on. And I am getting the visual that things are in a real mess over there. They're showing me like roads interlinked and going everywhere, like a huge freeway that's just, but it's financial. Roads leading to nowhere and all this confusion, and no one knows where they're heading and no one knows where they're going, and there's like, it's showing me like, not literally, but there's traffic jams, but this is the financial traffic jams, like people are just hitting brick walls, businesses going under, houses being sold. There's this chaotic, it's just showing me like a freeway and just roads going in all directions, but no one knows where they're going. It's almost like, if you think about it, when you got traffic lights and then the power goes out and the traffic lights go down, no one knows who to give way to who, unless the police come in and stand in the middle of the road and give direction. This is what I'm getting for China. Very confusing times financially. It's like the traffic lights have gone out and no one's giving way to anyone, and who's got right of way, and there's just all this confusion in China, but it's around finance, not traffic. That's just the example they're giving me, because it's a very chaotic energy, because people don't know how they're going to get to their final destination, or you know, which way do I turn? Where do I go? Like, no one, our government's not helping us. Like, what do we do next? This is what I'm getting. All right, let's see if there's anything else, guys. Oh, I'm getting Papua New Guinea. I keep getting it, the island at the top of Australia there, around that Pacific region. China's taking over. Papua New Guinea's in a lot of trouble. We're going to hear more about their infighting, their tribal... what do you call it? Their tribal... conflict is the word. The tribal conflict. There's more of that because you've got people wanting to sell land, others not wanting them to sell it to China. I just feel there's this chaotic energy in Papua New Guinea. I keep getting it. I told you about Elbow saying we could only have the football team from Papua New Guinea if they promised not to give China all the power and all this kind of stuff. Like, crazy, just crazy. So I am getting that though. There's going to be a lot more turmoil in Papua New Guinea. It's coming. All right. And see, this is what they do. They get people... division amongst the people again, and it causes chaos, and then of course the big corporate and all Panda and all that have to come in and take over and settle everything down. Elbow's not helping their plight. All right, let's see if there's one more thing and we'll pull some cards, guys. Hey Spocky, what you doing? Come here. No. Oh, straight towards the camera. Come here. Sit down. Well, last night I came out, guys, to let Sophie go to the toilet, and there was a big feral cat ran out of the shed. Oh, Sophie went crazy. I had to hold her back from the door for a bit so she didn't chase it. Then she was sniffing around the grass. Oh, they love a bit of action, don't they? She was going off her brain. Bit of excitement for her. Sit down. Good boy. All right. God, I'm getting this strange saying for us guys. When the world gives you lemons, make orange juice. What does that mean? Hang on a minute. No, it's saying like when things are sour, just go and make something sweet. Like you think of a lemon and an orange. They're two different things, aren't they? One's very bitter and sour and one's very sweet and juicy. I am getting that. When the world gives you lemons, go and make orange juice. What the hell? That's a saying for us guys. And I think that's just focus on the sweet things in life and the things that are uplifting and that feel good. It's just like that saying, like, don't go making lemonade. We don't want more bitterness in the world and anger and fear and anxiety. Go and let's change that vibrational frequency. We don't have to stick to these standard quotes, guys. When life gives you lemons, make orange juice. So in other words, I think that's pretty much us anyway. We do the opposite of what's expected of us, don't we, really? That's what I'm getting. All right, let's see if let's pull some cards, guys, first. Let's pull an angel card. Let's get our guidance for the day. Tell you what, we need guidance. Oh, it's a lovely spring day out here. All the birds, dogs love being outside. So relaxing and beautiful. Oh, determination. Well, that's probably us. Determination, perseverance, and patience will lead to a positive outcome. We're pretty determined people, aren't we? We stand in our truth, our integrity, and our power now. We're determined to make a difference in this world. Leave our mark, aren't we? Determination. So that's something that we have to keep working on. We're pretty determined, aren't we, guys? Like, we don't back off and just give up, do we? That's not who we are. Queen of the Moon Oracle. Let's see what we get. Ooh, spring birds. Realization. It's like looking through the doorway, isn't it? The key of the little keyhole. Realization. See, people are coming to their realization of what's going on now. Years ago, they couldn't see it, but they can now. But it's like stepping into a new world, isn't it? We keep getting that, stepping into the new world. And look at the energy being released around her, like chest and her heart space. It is. It's like going from the old world, the darkness, into the light, isn't it? That's what's happening to people now, guys. Oh, sorry, guys. Let's pull a universe card. Star cluster, friends. See, you look here though, those stars, there's really only like 4 bright stars, and I guess that's getting back to, you don't need a lot of friends. A lot of us lost friends and family along the way on this journey, because people think we're crazy woo-woo people that are out there. I think it's about just having that, it's a minority. You don't need a lot of people in your life. You just need to find your tribe. I'm going to pull one more of these cards out. A lot of us have found each other here. And thank you guys for going over and checking out Chris's channel too. We've got to all help each other and try and get these messages out, guys. It's completely mad what's going on in this world. And people are just standing by and they're not doing anything. It's crazy. There you go. Independence. That's us, asteroid. We're like an asteroid going through independently. Independent. Independence. I think that too means look at yourself for your, depend on yourself. Look inwards and depend on yourself. That's about all we can depend on. I think after that last, like I said, 4 years, I think we don't trust a lot of people, especially our government. So look internally and depend on yourself and what your gut's telling you, your intuition, what you're sensing. Trust it, guys. Go internally. Depend on yourself. That's what I'm getting. All right, let's see if there's anything else to finish off with today. Oh, I'm getting that song by Billy Joel. I just have to tell the music because whatever comes through. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody, and I know I'm feeling alright. That's a cute song, isn't it? I haven't heard that for years. Alright. I'm getting Simple Minds. Don't you forget about me. I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. Tell you, feeling your heart, coming back. I think it's called Don't You Forget About Me, isn't it? I'm getting that song. And hang on, I'll see if there's one more thing. Oh, they just give me so many songs. They give me Frankie Valli, Cyndi Lauper. I'm getting all these songs. Hang on, let's see if I can pin something down. Oh, I love this song. It's so beautiful. I'm getting that Unchained Melody. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch alone, lonely nights. I'm getting that song for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think that's the song out of Ghost, wasn't it, with Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze as well. I'm getting that song. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, now they're giving me Gladys Knight and the Pips, so I can't think of the song. They're showing me the video of it, where there's like, they're dancing and singing and turning and that. I just can't get to the song. Hang on. Oh, they're just giving me overload today. Let's see if I can just get to one thing. I'm getting, they give me every Neil Diamond song under the sun. I love Neil Diamond though. I gotta say, I do love Neil Diamond. That's all the birds. So beautiful, isn't it? Oh, they're giving me that Michael Bublé song. Birds flying high. Birds flying high. You know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. What's that song called? It's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new life for me. Feeling good. I've had it a few times, but I'm going to leave you with that today. Surely Sprocket's not about to do a poo, is he? My dog said probably is. Oh, all right, on that note, we might get going before that happens, guys. Oh, there's all little birds playing in the bushes. You hear them? So cute. Go on, Sprock, before you do anything. All right, I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. Take care. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'm going to go and enjoy the sunshine, get some washing on, do a few jobs. There's always plenty of jobs to do, isn't there, guys? Sprocky. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Like button, subscribe, and I'll talk to you very soon. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye.